Alright guys, in today's video we are going to be going over some more PlayStation news and information. We have three different things we are going to be discussing within this video. The first has to do with Sony talking about the PlayStation 5 price point and how they have yet to actually determine how much their next-gen console is going to cost, and it seems as though the competition is a big reason for this. At least that is what some people are taking away from what Sony had to say. Seems they are actually waiting to find out how much Microsoft plans to sell their next generation Xbox console or consoles for before they determine a price. So that will make for an interesting conversation. We're also going to be talking about how apparently the official PlayStation 5 website is now live, and according to Games Radar, this is suggesting an imminent announcement, so we'll go over that. And we're also going to be talking a little bit about Sony's earnings report and how they revealed that the PS4 has now shipped over 108.9 million units worldwide, but things are down overall, which is to be expected considering this is a transitional year to the PlayStation 5. Now, before going any further, if you could leave this video a like, if you think you're going to enjoy it, or if you enjoy the content in general, that really helps the videos out. You guys have been showing great support recently, and it does not go unnoticed. It is greatly appreciated. Also, be sure to hit the subscribe button as well if you haven't done that already. Starting here, though, says Sony's chief financial officer, Hiroki Totoki, hopefully I'm saying that right, has suggested the company has yet to determine the PlayStation 5 price as it attempts to balance its position based on several known and unknown factors. Chief among the latter will likely be Microsoft's Xbox Series pricing plans. During Sony's third quarter earnings call on Tuesday, senior EVP and CFO Totoki was asked how the company intends to achieve his stated aim of a smooth transition to the next console generation. The questioner asked which factors Sony can control, such as marketing and development costs, and what the invisible elements are that make things tricky. First, we must absolutely control the labor cost, the personal cost. It must be controlled, Totoki said. And the initial ramp-up, how much can we prepare initially? We will work on the production and the sales, and we will have to prepare the right volume as we launch this. What is not very clear or visible is because we are competing in the space, so it's very difficult to discuss anything about the price at this point in time, and depending upon the price level, we may have to determine the promotion that we are going to deploy and how much costs we are prepared to pay. So it's a question of balance, Totoki continued, and because it's a balancing act, it's very difficult to say anything concrete at this point in time. But when I said smooth transition, we mean that we will definitely choose the optimal approach and that we will try to have the best balance so that we will be profitable in the life during the life of this product. So, this is pretty interesting because a lot of people are reading this and listening to what, the CFO here is saying and taking away from it that basically Sony is maybe waiting until Microsoft actually lets us know how much the Xbox console is going to be, the next generation Xbox. And it got me thinking, I don't really know how much it actually matters. We know that price point, obviously, for these next generation consoles definitely does matter to a lot of people, and it certainly matters to these companies. They know they have to hit the right price for performance. And a lot of us are assuming that both the Xbox Series and the PS5 are going to end up being $500. And I don't necessarily know if reading this quote here, I don't necessarily know if I believe that this is Sony straight up saying that they're waiting. I mean, he does mention that they are in a competing space, so it's difficult to discuss anything. This could mean that, yes, they are waiting for Microsoft to announce their price first. Or it just could mean that they don't want to announce their price too early and give Microsoft too much time to adjust. It is true they are competing, and we know that both Sony and Microsoft want to be competitive price-wise. That's probably the most important aspect of all of this, if we're being honest here. But one reason why I think that Sony doesn't necessarily have to worry about this, and why I honestly don't think they are worried, as in I don't think they're sitting there being like, well, we can't say anything about the price until Microsoft does, is mainly because if you think about it, like, the PlayStation 5 is going to get off to a great sales start regardless. I mean, when you think about people transitioning, there's millions upon millions of people who've already decided that they're going to be upgrading to the PS5. There are, a lot of people who've already decided that they're going to be upgrading to the next Xbox. But I think what's going to be interesting, and I have to imagine that Sony is definitely paying very close attention to this, is if Microsoft is in fact gearing up to reveal a lower end model of the Xbox Series, maybe known as the Xbox Series S, which is codenamed to be Lockhart. It's been talked about for quite some time, and there are some people, who are saying this is a real thing, it's going to happen, and it's weird and conflicting because Phil Spencer has went on record saying that they don't have any plans to do anything like that, but, he could just be hiding it and trying to make it somewhat of a surprise. This could, in fact, be Microsoft's way of trying to catch Sony really off guard and maybe have some $300 next-generation console. I don't know what the implications of that would be if it turned out to be true, and I don't necessarily know if Sony would have to be so worried about it, but I will say that that is definitely something Sony has to be paying attention to, and, I've seen some people joke around saying that Sony's just waiting for Microsoft to announce that the Xbox Series is going to be $500, so then the next day they can just announce that the PS5 is going to be $450, which we could see Sony do something like that, and it would be pretty comical, but we're going to have to see. We're going to have to wait and see, but I thought this was interesting. A lot of people are talking about it. Moving on from that, we're going to be talking about the official PlayStation 5 website being live. It says, Sony has sneakily launched the PS5 homepage on the PlayStation website, setting the stage for the much-rumored February reveal event for its next-gen console due to release in holiday of this year. As initially spotted on Reddit, both the UK and German versions of the website are now live and allow users to sign up for all the latest PS5 news directly via email from PlayStation itself, while once again confirming the product's logo and holiday launch window. We've begun to share some of the incredible features you can expect from PlayStation 5, reads the paragraph on the PlayStation site, but we're not quite ready to fully unveil the next generation of PlayStation. Sign up below to be among the first to receive updates as we announce them, including news on the PS5 release date, PS5 price, and the upcoming roster of PS5 launch games. The appearance of the PS5 page follows Sony's recent admission that it still hasn't landed on a firm price point for the successor to the PlayStation 4 and is instead waiting to see where Microsoft lands with the official retail cost of the Xbox Series also slated to release in the upcoming holiday period. It's unclear if this page was meant to go live so early and seemingly without warning, but it does indeed imply that Sony is gearing up to officially reveal more about the PS5 itself, either via a real-time event or an impending State of Play live stream. Either way, we suggest staying tuned. So, there we go. We have been seeing a string of things kind of lining up to one another. We seem to talk about this every single video, and I do apologize if I sound like a broken record, but I know that many of you are in the same exact position I am, where we're waiting now. Any day now. It's going to happen. But I think this is worth pointing out because it is just another sign that Sony is getting ready. And we don't know when it's going to be, obviously, but many of us are still hoping, and I still think there is a very good chance that it will, in fact, be in February. And boy, it's going to be a good time when it does happen. But finally, we are going to finish this video off talking about the PlayStation or Sony's earnings call and the PlayStation 4 shipping over 108 million units. It says here that Sony announced during its Q3 earnings call overnight that the PS4 has shipped 108.9 million units worldwide. The system moved 6.1 million units during the 3-month period ending December 31st, 2019, although the numbers are down from 8.1 million the previous year. The latest figures confirm that the PS4 has had its slowest Christmas since 2013, which is the same year the console arrived on the market. To be honest, this isn't much of a surprise considering the PS5 is on the horizon, not to mention the fact PS4 is entering its 7th year on the market. Even so, expect Sony's current generation console to stick around for a while longer. We imagine the system will continue to sell until 2023, giving it around a 10-year life cycle. Sony reported that its games and network services division posted $632 billion revenue for the quarter, which represents a 20% decline year on year. The format holder attributed the drop to lower hardware and third-party software sales. The PS4 still has a couple of major exclusive titles in the pipeline for 2020, including The Last of Us Part 2 and Ghost of Tsushima. Beyond that, though, Sony is obviously looking ahead to the PS5. So I thought this was worth bringing up because obviously it's really great to see just how well the PS4 has continued to do. While everything may be down for Sony right now, it's worth pointing out that considering this is the 7th year the PS4 is going to be on the market, these numbers are actually pretty good. They're really not that bad or as bad as maybe some people want to make it sound, and it is expected for both Sony and Microsoft at this point in time. They are gearing up for their next generation consoles, and so because of this, everything is going to decline. But the PS4 has still been doing relatively well, and it's going to be interesting, as I've said before, to see where it actually ends once its life cycle is completely up. I think it could potentially end up hitting 115, maybe even 120 million units sold. It'd be pretty crazy if it went beyond that, but we don't know what Sony plans to do with the PS4 once they start talking about the PS5, other than that they are going to support it. So it'll be interesting to see. But there you go, guys. That's going to do it for the video. I hope you did enjoy it or find it informative. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Let me know what you think about Sony talking about the PS5 price. Do you think they're actually waiting for Microsoft to reveal the price of their next-gen console first? And let me know what you think about the official PS5 website going live. I've actually seen some people saying that based off of this website going live and reading that paragraph, they think it's definitely not sounding like it's going to be a February reveal. So let me know your thoughts and let me know what you think about Sony's earnings and 108 million units, PS4 units shipped. Leave the video a like if you did enjoy it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already. Hit the bell notification icon so you never miss an upload, and feel free to share this video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.